Yep.
That is ugly.
How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and while it doesn't look like it, this thing next to me is a flooded 2015 McLaren P1. And today, we're gonna make it look like a car again.
And that is easier said than done, because I bought this $2 million destroyed hypercar sight unseen, and then took it apart with no formal training or help from the dealership. We peeled off the carbon fiber body, removed the $500,000 engine, and started on the path to making a bespoke, world-beating hypercar, the likes of which had never been seen.
It's gonna be called the P1 Evo.
But in order to do that, I needed to get inspired by some other world-beating custom P1s, so I flew to the UK with my friends to attend one of the biggest car shows in the world, the Goodwood Festival of Speed.
So this is what I came here to see. This is the P1 GT by Lanzante Limited. And what they did was not only take a P1 and put a GTR body kit on it, but they made their own long tail, they made their own wing. So Lanzante, with their P1 LM, which was a variant of this car, actually set the record for the Goodwood Hill Climb. Take a look at that.
The Lanzante run car has been prepared within an inch of its life as he's bucking and ruining and it's dancing all over the road, and he's quickest by 2.5 seconds at Molecombe. Now the race is on.
Is he going to do a sub 50? He'll be the first one to do it. He's 3.2 seconds up on Skinner in this outrageous McLaren hypercar. It's going to happen, isn't it? It's going to be sub 50. It's got to be.
47.07.
So there's a lot going on here, but you think we can make this?
We can make anything, dude.
We can make anything. That's right. But this is like another level altogether. Not only did they put the GTR kit, but then they like extended it, and they probably, well, I mean, this is active aero thing going on there.
That was a table.
You thought that was a table? Yeah, it's a picnic table. Yeah, just put all your McDonald's on there.
Yeah, your fish and chips.
Your fish and chips. That's right. Yeah, it's chips. It's chips, not fries. I really do like the green, but I feel like this is missing some exposed carbon fiber. What do you think?
Dude, look at this in here. That's actually pretty cool. So he's got the little GT.
That's adorable. It's like a little GT badge. Okay, now we gotta do something like that.
That's pretty cool.
We have to do that. Look at the size of this wing. Now we are doing something different because we want to go for maximum aerodynamic efficiency to go as fast as possible. This is more downforce, but those tailpipes are supposed to be up there, but then they relocated them down there. And what do you think about having more poop chutes?
It looks cool. Like, it looks cool. Do you like it?
I don't know. I think I actually like the single tailpipe of the P1.
Yeah.
I really like the flowing lines.
It looks better. It matches the back of the car.
I am now inspired. Let's go back to my car. So now is the fun part because it's Christmas morning. Not really, but for me it is, because back here is my new P1 body. Now, in the last episode, you saw the guys at Exotic Car Gear unveil this body, but they actually drove throughout the night to bring it here, and now we're gonna unwrap it, and we're gonna see how it fits on the car. I mean, it sounds easier than it is, because we've never actually done this before. I've never actually done this before, but I'm super excited. Jack, I think we're a little off there. Okay, that's better.
It weighs nothing. It's light.
You're so strong, Jack. I heard your back pop.
Yeah.
Now I know what you guys are thinking, what am I gonna do with all of the stock body panels that I take off of this car? Well, I am a big fan of wall art, meaning I put cool car stuff on the wall to display. But thankfully, today's sponsor, Displate, is a way that you can get cool wall art for yourself without having to spend $500,000 on a flooded hypercar. So Displates are unique magnetic metal posters that you can mount on your wall in just 20 seconds with no power tools. And you can have all your passions printed on metal, from movies, gaming, comics, nature, music, history, automotive, and more. Displates are manufactured in Europe, and they reach you within 4 to 5 days. The magnetic mounting system is unique and super easy to set up. All you have to do is peel off the backing, put it where you want on your wall, and it's that simple. Now, Displate is the best alternative to standard paper impressions or canvas printing. And it's even cheaper if you use my discount code Tavarish. You can go to displate.com/Tavarish and my discount code will be automatically applied. And if you buy 3 or more Displates, you get an even bigger discount. That's displate.com/Tavarish. Go check it out right now. Okay, the car is on the lift. It's actually sitting a little bit further forward because we're gonna put the front clamshell on. I'm super excited because this is the first time this P1 is getting any new body work. And it's actually the first time that this P1 is getting any work on it that isn't taking away from its nasty, dilapidated state. So we're actually adding to the car and we're making it better. And would you take a look at this? And the only reason why this is here is because this man is here. This is David from Exotic Car Gear, and if you don't know him, he was in my last video because we went to his shop in Philadelphia and he showed me this entire P1 body. This entire P1 now Evo body. And look at that. This is all exposed carbon. You have the herringbone weave, but we went over that in the last video. Right now, we are putting this on the car, and big thanks to David and his, well, everybody that came along with him, and also Jack. Hi, how you doing, Jack?
Hi, guys.
We are gonna be putting this on because David made the trip out here. He drove all the way from Philly in a trailer just to give me this nice body. That was really nice of you, man.
No, safekeeping on the way down. So.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really entrust something like this to a, you know, like UPS or FedEx or literally anybody else. Is this gonna fit?
It should fit. It should just drop right on there.
Oh, don't say that.
Sure.
Don't say drop right on. There's definitely not gonna be a drop right on thing, but it could be. Let's find out right now. Step 1 complete, and look how good it looks. Honestly, it's fitting a lot better than I thought. And the easy part is that this is all one piece, so we don't have to align any pieces in the middle, but it's also kind of a double-edged sword because now we have to align this, and every other piece underneath. You can see that we don't have any tub structure here because that is all brand new, and we're gonna have to maybe cut into the old structure and then bond this, and we're gonna do a bunch of custom stuff, and that's gonna be maybe a little bit later, but I wanna see what this looks like with the bumper and splitter and all the aero. Let's do it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you understand the significance of what we have just done. Underneath this P1 GTR front clamshell is the stock P1 splitter and bumper, and it fits up fantastically. Now we're gonna have to do some finagling, we're gonna have to do some custom work, but I think this fits the profile of the car much better, especially if we're gonna be doing high speed, but also this makes the car look completely unique. Every single P1 in the world will look different from this one. and that's exactly what I wanted. Now, this is different than the body kit that we got. Jack, what do you think?
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm super excited the fact that this is going to be a very unique piece to the car that no one else will have, and it's very subtle. I like those subtle, like custom OEM plus kind of looks.
Another plus about this is that we get to reuse these sensors, so we don't have to cut into the body kit or anything. There is going to have to be some work done on this. It is a little bit damaged, so we're going to have to figure out how to fix all this. But that is a small price to pay to have a car that looks this good. So right now we're going to take this all off. We're going to drill some holes. We're going to put some bolts in, and then we're going to see how this all fits with the headlights. And oh my, I got to put the hood on too. We got to put the hood on. The hood has to come on. This front end is going to come together, and I'm going to lose my mind. So I hope you guys are proud of yourselves. You definitely
Hard day's work.
It's a very, very long, hard day's work. But look at it. This thing looks fantastic. Now, obviously, this is not going to be the color scheme of the car. We're not going to leave it yellow, looking like I don't know, like a basketball player would have a car like this, right?
Yeah, certain basketball players. Yeah,
Certain
Maybe the
basketball
Lakers,
players would
right now it's
have.
about the Lakers colors.
It does have Lakers colors. We're not leaving it like this, but I do love that this is now the only P1 GTR kit in the world that I've seen that has fully exposed carbon, and I'm really proud that it's on my car. We will expose that, we will expose that, and that's going to mean that Jack and I have a lot of sanding to do. Jack's excited. That is his excited face. I am really glad that the experiment that we did today paid off, because now this is exactly what I wanted in the front end of this car. Let me explain. So when I set out to do this custom body kit, it was supposed to be like a mishmash of the P1 GTR and a road car. I always thought that the P1 GTR, the front end at least, was a little too race car-y for me. Had a big protruding front splitter. It was a little too aggressive, but this, now that we have the road car front end, it's nice and muted in terms of lines. The proportions are very good. It doesn't have any exposed screws, no race car nonsense there. But we do have the GTR little arrow things. What do you call these? I call them arrow things. What was that?
McLaren usually calls them air guides. They direct air around certain pressure points of the vehicle.
Air guides.
Yes.
So I have bigger air guides, and it just makes the car that much more aggressive, which is exactly what I want. Now the back is going to be a totally different monster because the back is 60 millimeters wider, which is about 2 inches. I have no words on how good this looks, and I want you guys to let me know what you think about this front end. Now, I do have to thank all of you guys. They came out, Jack specifically, because he supervised.
Yeah, I said, do that. This.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get a snack.
And while Jack was getting snacks, these guys were very hard at work. Now, anytime you need any sort of carbon fiber work, whether it's custom or whether it's OEM, go to Exotic Car Gear. What's your website? ExoticCarGear.com, right?
www.exoticcargear.com.
Wonderful.
So you've been a busy boy. Look at this.
So this is a carbon piece, and this is the foam with the step right here that coincides with that little step right there. And let's see how it fits. Have you ever done this before?
Wow, it just goes right in there.
Look at that. That is wonderful, dude.
It is going to need a little massaging. A little rubbing here, a little rubbing here.
Yeah, I mean, we all do from time to time, you know? How are you thinking of gluing this back on the car?
We're going to trim it down to size, make sure it really fits. I mean, right now, this is just prelim from the shop. So I'll trim it up, And then I'm gonna make it nice and square so there's no zigzag. Nobody will see the zigzag. Everything will be nice and straight. Then we're gonna recess this carbon a little bit to match whatever I cut out there. And then hopefully, I think we're gonna have to try it with that. We're gonna have to dry fit it. We'll put some double-sided sticky tape, and then we'll get a vacuum pump in here. And then pretty much what we're gonna do is add a bunch of epoxy. We got to fix this first. Get this all back together. That's got to get fixed first.
I'm gonna blame McLaren for that. It was just like that from the factory, so it's fine.
We're gonna basically glue the piece up in here, and then vacuum bag it, and then that should suck it right down. I'm hoping that we can get a vacuum on it, and it doesn't just suck air from the other side. That's we're gonna have to test that.
I'm gonna go ahead and be optimistic here. I'm gonna say that everything is gonna go according to plan.
I'm with you. 100%.
100%.
100%.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Let's do it.
It's Christmas morning.
It's Christmas morning. It's time to unwrap our presents.
What did you get?
I'm hoping it's something good. I really am. The bag. Release ply.
Oh, look at that.
Almost looks like it belongs there.
That looks so good. Dude. Nice work, Joey. Holy crap, man. From this angle, you really don't see it. Even the lines line up really well. Look at this. That's freaking good, dude.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a hook in it. Just because of getting it exactly right upside down is like really been a struggle.
That's pretty damn good, dude. That looks really good.
So take a look at this, guys. Joey has removed the vacuum bag, and look at this carbon work. Now, you can still see the seam because we have to do some sanding and clearing, but this looks fantastic. I don't know if you can see this in the light, but right here, there you go, focus. See the weave right here, it's straight up and down exactly the way it is right here, and it sounds exactly the same. See, Joey tells me that that is how you check whether the carbon's good or not, and that sounds like good carbon, doesn't it?
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Dude,
carbon.
This is amazing, though. Like, Joey does some amazing work. This looks really, really good.
I think so. Yeah. If we take a look over here, I mean, he went all the way from the front to all the way in the back, and this also. I mean, there was some damage in the internal structure. Like there was some foam in there that he recreated. He got the exact foam. He got the same weave, and then from the other side, he used some syringes, right?
Yeah. So this was all separated. Like this actually came loose and was away from the foam. So Joey actually drilled holes from the top and then used syringes to pull resin down into the foam and on the top, on the edge. And he got everything reattached because before this sounded very hollow. Now it's nice and solid sounding. It's very like thud kind of, sound to it, but
yeah, and it was wavy, and now it's flat.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to get this sanded so you can barely tell that anything happened. But right now, I have to do something with the thing that used to live right here, the engine. And we are back at Cannonball Garage here in Chicago, and we're back with Ivan and the engine. The P1 engine is here. It made its trek, and we are super excited. Ivan's already getting ready to do some work on this because we found some differences in the regular McLaren engines. This is a little bit different, hopefully not too different that we can't build it, but it's looking really super dirty. We're gonna get it on the engine stand and start taking it apart because I wanna know what the cylinders look like. I wanna know if there's any differences in the cylinder head, and this is the face of a man that is very happy.
Found your beach.
Yep. Take a look in there. You'll see some pretty clean valves because the car only had 300 miles on it, and then it had 500 very rough yards. So we cleaned this engine quite a bit, and look how much sand is still left in it. I mean, I don't know what you could do to get all this off other than putting this in a hot tank or just pressure washing this. It's insane how much is still in there. Look at that.
Somebody dropped their mangrove.
Oh no, there's a bunch right here. Oh no, that went into the cylinder.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
We're sandblasting them clean.
How impressive is this?
This impressive is going to be getting this thing back together and running. That's what's going to be impressive.
I feel like we could do that. I feel like that's no big deal.
I feel like it's a huge deal. I don't know where you're coming up with your facts, man.
I thought you were optimistic. What happened? What happened to all that optimism?
The optimism's on the 675.
Oh,
this is
so
the
this
P1.
is... Okay, you're a realist for the P1. Okay, I get it. P1 cylinder head, first time I've had one off. I don't know about you.
First time I've had one off. What's it look like inside?
It's probably not going to look very good. So.
Ooh.
Well. Yep.
That is ugly.
So that doesn't look very good. Here's what does look good. The fact that I could go like this. And look, it's brand new. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at it take the years of grime off. I'm going to brake clean a little bit here. Well, the carbon's coming right off. And a 1, and a 2, and a...
Let's take the studs out. Ooh, look at that.
Wow. So I would say don't touch that with your hands. Ooh.
What is that?
So I'm glad I didn't start the engine. So I think it's a mixture of Marvel Mystery Oil and sand and also lots of other things. So look at that. Ooh. It like congealed and solidified into this nasty mess. Let me clean this up and then we'll see if we can turn this. Because I don't see why it wouldn't be able to turn. It's 300 miles. 300 miles. $2 million this car was.
300 miles. Dad, what a bargain.
What a bargain.
What a bargain.
So we found some real bad stuff. It corroded through the cylinder liner material. Now these are aluminum cylinder liners, but they're coated in something that is quite hard, and yeah, it just went straight through. So this engine's going to need cylinder liners.
No bueno.
Oh, that's not good. I thought this was meant...
300 miles.
300. What happened, McLaren? You know what? I'm gonna take it to a dealer.
I would.
They're gonna know what to do.
Complain.
Yeah.
Complain.
Yeah. Where's my warranty? Now I know you didn't think that I would let you go without seeing the inside of this engine. Just open it up, like pop it like a clam. Boom.
There's one side.
There's one side, and then
there it goes.
1, 2, 3. Ooh. I mean, you know, that's actually not terrible for being underwater. We have some corrosion on the crank, but it's also, I mean, honestly, it looks like it could just, I'm gonna make a executive decision here and say that this crank is probably okay. But the thing is, we're not gonna use this crank. We're not using these rods or pistons or cylinder liners. So literally nothing in here is gonna get reused. So I don't care what the condition of this is in, but it's still nice to see. Actually, this is caked on quite a bit. Oof. Do you think that this affects the balancing?
Nah, it's fine. Equal rust all around.
But a question I wanted solved is, what rods does this have? And what rods does it look like to you?
These are the pencil rods.
This has pencil rods?
This has pencil rods in it. It sure looks like it.
This might have the weak rods. This is an engine that has made more power than any McLaren up to that point, and this has the small rods in it. That's not good. So this is where I start getting a little bit angry, because this is a McLaren P1. This engine, for all intents and purposes, is like $500,000. And then they put these rods in, which are really quite thin. And these are supposed to make 727 horsepower on the motor, and they're also made for quite a bit of abuse. And yeah, so those are the rods from, what, like a 720?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see that there is a pretty substantial size difference there. And even in this state, these are quite weak. I mean, they like to bend a little bit.
You can see that one.
I mean, do my eyes deceive me? Maybe this one's a little bent. I can't tell.
It's, yeah, we can pull them off and find out for sure, but
If this has bent rods at 300 miles,
it would be surprising, but it wouldn't be surprising, honestly. These, I mean, who would put these in a twin turbo V8?
here's an issue that I have, and these are the bearings for the crank. These are the main bearings, and you can see that there are, well, there's some corrosion. This is from the salt water. What's not from the salt water is this. Can you see that right there? This little score mark? That you can feel with your fingernail, and that is not from me rotating the engine. This is from running. And that means that in 300 miles, it damaged one of the bearings.
It was probably a little dirty. We've seen evidence in the filters on these motors when you know, their first run, you pull the filter out, cut it open, take a look. A lot of debris in there, so I don't know if they're not getting all the swarf out or what's happening.
I mean, there's not a ton of scoring here, but here you can see there's some score marks, but this is definitely the worst of it. This is scored as well, right here. That's crazy, man.
So this is the oil feed line too.
Yeah.
So from the other side, that's where the oil gets fed into it. So anything that would come through that oil would end up being dragged right through the Babbitt layer on that.
So I guess it's really good that we're doing this. Like, even if I bought this car for $2 million, this would have been a concern later on in life. Take a look at that scoring. That line straight down the middle. That's not good. Okay, good thing we're building it better.